It's time for me to put you on to the best accessories you can get for the new iPhones, or even the old ones. We'll talk about the craziness I got going on over here in just a sec. Let's look at some regular stuff first. Now, the iPhones this year all support faster charging. You can get like 50% in 20 minutes if you have the right charger to do it. And don't worry, I got you with the right chargers to do it. So I wanna bring your attention to two of these chargers. This one is from Taurus, it's their Flex line charger, and this guy is from Ugreen. Now, these chargers are dope. Why? Because of this. A built-in USB-C cable, which means you no longer need to walk around with a USB-C cable to charge your phones. Not only that, as you saw, it's retractable and it's got a magnetic head, so it goes right back where it belongs whenever you're done using it. This is a 67-watt charger, which is more than enough to get your iPhone the fastest charging speeds. And it also comes with an extra USB-C port. So if you want to charge another device at the same time, you have that option. Now, we have this Ugreen option over here as well. And it's similar. It has a retractable USB-C cable, but what's different here is, as you can see, this one's not quite as long as the one from Taurus over here. Now, obviously, a longer cable is more beneficial, but what the Ugreen has going for it is that it's a 100-watt charger. So that means you can charge things like your MacBook with no problem. Not to mention, it also has more USB-C ports and a USB-A port if you need to charge like an older device or use an older cable. So this one is more powerful, but not everyone needs all these ports or all the power. A straight up longer cable might be way more useful to folks, especially when you have this thing plugged into the wall. And they are both reasonably priced. So if you have a lot of devices or maybe some power hungry ones, boom. If you just have your iPhone and you just want to be able to charge it and not stick super close to the wall, boom. Now, we do have a third option over here. This one is from Nomad. This is a 65-watt charger, good enough for your phone. But what's also nice about it is that it has this up here, which is a built-in charger for the Apple Watch. So while you're charging your phone, you can also charge your watch, which could be very useful in a pinch. So you don't have to remember to bring the cable to charge this guy, especially if you're running low on battery. You know you got your charger and you can do this anytime. This one's more expensive than these two, but it is really nice to be able to not worry about your Apple Watch. Now, those chargers are great for like throwing into your backpack. But what about the car? This is something you want in your car at all times. This is from some company called Listen. Found this on Amazon, but it is a car charger and I love this thing. So the reason I fell in love with it, also has retractable cables. Very useful. It has both Lightning and USB Type-C. So if multiple people are in the car and have different iPhones, you got options. But not only that, you also have regular USB ports. So you got a USB-C port over here and a USB-A port. Up to 4 devices can be charged at once. It's a 30-watt charger, but this thing is so clutch to have in the car. And what's also nice is that it's just really flexible. So you throw this into your car, you can adjust it however you want. It just makes charging super easy. And this thing has lived in my car for over a year now. And speaking of cars, you guys gotta check out this Magsafe mount that I have for the iPhone. This is probably one of the best Magsafe mounts I've used in my car personally. Like I said, this is Magsafe and it also has this arm so you can adjust the phone as it's on it. And it's actually pretty sturdy. Like you have to use a good bit of force to move it around. So that means it's not gonna be shaking and wobbling around as you're driving in your car. Now, the way it sticks onto the car is it's got this suction. It's like a sticky surface, so you can throw it onto there. But not only that, it actually has a locking mechanism. So you throw it down and then you can tighten it. So right now it's tightened. Can't really take that off. Loosen it. It's still not easy, which is good, but you do have this little tab over here so you can pop it right off. This, game changer. I love this. The only thing that they could add to this to make it any better is maybe charging functionality, but I love this thing. It gives you tons of flexibility. You can even turn the phone so you can angle it in different ways. So, you know, if you need to see your GPS or whatever, you can definitely move this thing around in a really comfortable way. Must have.
You get those creative shots in the car.
I mean, you definitely can. You can angle it like however you want. This will stick really well to a windshield. Super good buy, and it's not expensive at all. And while we're on the topic of charging, I can bring this back out. My phone actually has a lanyard that's also a USB-C cable. So this is actually kind of cool, and they're from a company called Unicraft. Unicraft had one of the best iPhone cases that I used last year, and I really like their stuff. This is like a lanyard that you can attach right to your iPhone case. It actually uses this little piece to stay inside, and then you can hook this right onto here. So it's a cool way to hold on to your phone. But what I personally like about it is the fact that it has a built-in USB-C cable. So you always have a cable on you at all times, whether you need to charge your phone, maybe plug in a drive to your device. It's just always nice to have a cable on you at all times. Now this kind of thing might not be for everyone, but I really like it. And I love the different colors that they come in. I feel like it, gives the phone a pretty special look while also having functionality. So I've been rocking this one since I got my hands on the new 17, and I like it. And since we're touching on Magsafe, let's talk about what I have on the back of this guy. This is a kickstand that I got from Ulanzi. I've had this on for a long time. I really love this kickstand because you can just prop your phone down and then you can use it to sit it up like this. You can do different angles. You can have it like that. I say this almost every time I talk about this stand. It does get loose over time, but it's a fun stand to use. But the best part about it all is the fact that it has this guy. Right inside is a tiny ceramic blade. So it's like you always have a box cutter on you. So whenever you need to open a package, open up some mail, you can easily just take this, slices right through. I love having this, very functional, and it's kind of just fun to spin it around like this. But you will definitely take that tension away by doing this too much. Oscar, do you do it a lot? Because I gave you one of these.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
It's awesome. But let's say you don't need the ceramic blade or anything, right? I don't know who came first, but I found some companies on Amazon that make a similar kickstand. This is more for those folks who just want to use it as like a fidget toy. Like the clicks, they're so satisfying. Not only that, but where we had the ceramic blade on the other one, this one has these 3 buttons that do absolutely nothing, but it's just kind of fun to click it. And this has to, like, if you're clicking this around people, it'll probably get annoying pretty quick, but you get all of the same kickstand features. So you can do it like this, even turn it the other way to prop it up into lower angles. And there's this little piece for those folks who like to have that ring and they put it around their finger as they hold their phone. You have that option as well. So just great as a kickstand, but it also has all that fun functionality as a fidget toy. And they got it like in multiple colors, but like who came first? Copied who? And then there's this guy that's like legitimately a fidget spinner. You can spin this thing all day. I think people will appreciate that. But this one's really cool because when you snap it onto the back of your phone, obviously you can use it as a kickstand. And you've got a few more ways to adjust it, so you get a little bit more flexibility, but you can also use it to stand up your phone like this. So if you're on like a FaceTime call, you can get some of the angles that these won't be able to get you. So this one's a nice one as well. And with the magnets being so strong, you can mount this onto a surface that's metal, like a fridge or something, and maybe watch some content, maybe as you're cooking. Whatever the case may be, you can go ahead and have this on there, and it's a really, really secure fit. Now we gotta get to the case, right? So this is a case from Taurus. This is their Taurus Air. This is a dope case. Like, I love this case so much. I got it for the 16 Pro Max when it first dropped, and I've been in love with it ever since. Not to mention it's got the orange buttons on the side, which works perfectly with the orange iPhone. But here's the thing, when it comes to cases, I feel like the orange is hard to work with in my mind. I think cases have a hard time complementing it, but I feel like this case does a really good job. The reason they call it the Air is because it has like these bumpers at the top that really offer some nice drop protection. And I just love the overall look and feel of this case. It also has a built-in kickstand where you can turn this ring, and it pretty much does a lot of like what we talked about with some of those accessories. So it has the ring for folks who, like to do that. This is also like a really strong magnet, so you can put this onto a metal surface and have it stay. But you just get like a ton of flexibility with this little ring for how you want to prop up your phone. So this ring, I love it. I love the look of it. This to me is just an overall really nice case. They even came out with a teal version. It's a bit transparent. I'm not crazy about how the orange looks in here. I can dig it because the teal is so dope. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I got the Silver Pro Max because it's a struggle with the cases, in my opinion. So the Taurus Air, my current favorite, but there are a bunch of options out there. These are some of the ones that I've been looking at that I think are solid choices. So I have a love-hate relationship with this one. This is the one from Beats. I think it looks awesome, feels great, seals the deal, looks the part, you know? It's loud. I don't know, I'm kind of okay with that. If you're going orange, you know, go all in. But the thing about this case in particular, and for anyone who might be looking at it, manufacturers, I hope you're listening out there. The cutout for the USB-C port, some of the phone cases have such a small port, and I'm gonna show you the best options in this regard. These ports are so small that it sometimes is really hard to get a USB-C cable through. USB-C cables come in all shapes and sizes, and I struggle with this guy. You gotta get the most minimalistic version of the USB-C cable to have it work in here. Not crazy about that. Other than that, everything else about this case is dope. Some cases that don't have USB-C port issues. One is this one from Ridge. I love this one from Ridge because it's got that carbon fiber finish. It just looks really clean, and it's also really minimal. It doesn't add a lot of bulk, but it does offer the right amount of protection. And like I said, that USB-C port is a wide enough hole, and this bottom portion is thin enough that it doesn't push the USB-C cable away from the port. So this is an all-around great option. I actually worked with Ridge recently and actually still have a coupon code. If you guys want to pick one of these up, you can save 10%. A really good buy for the phone. It feels awesome in the hand and it looks good. Now, you know me, I love me some Spigen, and they've got some solid options too. This one is probably one of my favorites because of how it handles the camera plateau. It hides a lot of that, so you can see all the important things, but it covers up that giant camera plateau, which is also going to help in terms of scratches. I know a lot of people are talking about the scratch gate or these phones scratching easily. Throw a case and you gotta worry about that. That's for the reckless folk out there. Not me, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I know it doesn't come with this charger. I just threw a sticker on here because I really like the case.
What?
You thought, so get out of here. You didn't think it came with Charizard, did you? No, you didn't think so. But yeah, if you're struggling with the whole orange thing like I was, this is actually a really nice case to get around that. And like I said, that USB-C port, nice and easy to access. And real quick, if you're looking for something on the classier side, you can go with this leather case from Nomad. This thing looks fantastic. Not crazy about the orange.
Oh, it's kind of clean.
You like the orange on this? Gene?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, am I in the... Folks, tell me with a comment down below. Are we digging this? The case looks great, but I don't feel the orange. I feel like silver or blue would have looked fire in this, but this is an amazing looking case. It feels awesome. You have your camera control button over here with the slider. Everything about this is just clean. You get that nice tan leather. Can't go wrong with this. And last but not least, we got some cases from UAG. This is one of my favorite. This I feel like looks super dope. I think it's called their Metropolis with Kevlar stitching or something. It looks absolutely fantastic. It feels good. iPhone Air version of this feels so good. The phone feels thin while also feeling protected. This is a really dope option. And if you want something similar to that Taurus case where you have like the built-in kickstand in the back, you got this one over here as well. This one looks pretty dope. I feel like that little orange accent, whenever you have like orange accent on the phone case itself, it helps out a lot. These are some of the best cases that I've used so far. But like I said, Ridge, Spigen, and UAG, I think are some of the best when it comes to making sure you get access to that USB-C port. The Nomad too. And last but not least, when it comes to protection, this ESR screen protector setup, the best. I think we first discovered it a couple of years ago. The way they've made this screen protector system is just foolproof. I usually go into applying a screen protector like I'm going into surgery. Like, clean everything, give me space, watch out. This, just make sure your phone is clean. You sit your phone in there, you close it, you just pull this little tab, and bam, your screen protector is on. It is the easiest application I've ever used, and I've used some pretty easy ones, but nothing is close to this. So if you need a screen protector, tempered glass, ESR has the easiest ways to apply it. Now for my creators out there, I feel like this was a really good find. So this right here is pretty much like a selfie stick, but it's nice because it has MagSafe built into it. So you can just slap your phone right on top. You've got that MagSafe connection. And if you don't want to use MagSafe or you don't have MagSafe, it also can be put like a normal phone stand. So this will clamp right onto it. It'll hold it up like this. You can adjust the orientation depending on what you need. And like I said, it's a selfie stick, so it can expand. So it can go pretty far, and it also has legs. So if you want to do something where you plop it down and then you want to talk to camera, shoot a scene somewhere, you're absolutely able to do that. But there's more. So right under it, you'll see that there's a spot that says open, and you can actually push this down, pull this little thing out, and then you get this extra piece over here that can be used to do this. So you can take this, throw it right on top of like a door, or it doesn't even have to be a door, but you can throw it onto a lot of anything that it can hang on, and you can get like some really interesting angles for your videos. So if we're doing this one over here and it automatically widened. So this is me talking to my phone doing a really catchy hook for Instagram for your doom scrolling. It just works. This is actually super convenient and you can get some really creative angles. And not just that, it has this slider over here. So if you want to switch up how the angle feels, if you want it to come down lower or something, you have some adjustments that you can make over here as well. So I think this is just really cool. And like it can still expand, you can still rotate it, you can do all of these different things. It's just probably one of the coolest accessories that we have in today's video. This thing is awesome for creators. Pro tip for you guys, if you're ever using a selfie stick, never extend each piece all the way. Give it a little bit less, and then it won't wobble so much. So if you happen to try and use this, keep that in mind. You can get a much sturdier selfie stick. So this is absolutely awesome, and it's not expensive, so I love it. Not to mention, it also comes with a remote, so you can pair this through Bluetooth and you can start your recording even if you aren't close to the phone. So that's also really convenient. Now, if you use something like that and you're not gonna be close to your phone, you're still gonna wanna make sure your audio comes in well, and that's where you get something like this, the Hollyland A1. So check it out, you guys. This is a wireless audio system. You have this little adapter that you can throw right into the bottom of your phone. And this is when it's really important for that USB-C cable, like I was talking about. Use the wrong case and you won't be able to get this in. So like I said, keep that in mind. But yeah, you throw this adapter inside, you grab one of these little mics over here. And what I love about this is look at how compact this is. This is a compact, tiny mic, and it sounds really good.
These are the craziest glasses I've ever seen. Meta just announced their new Meta Ray-Ban display glasses.
So you can just go ahead, poop, and it's barely noticeable. As you can see, we've already got some Hollyland mics on right now, but this is a great one for creators who don't want to spend a lot of money, have a really low-key mic that sounds great. Such a good option. And it doesn't just come with one mic, but it also comes with a second. So if you and someone else is in the content that you're shooting, whether it's an interview or somebody else who's just part of the story, you got two microphones. And if you aren't rocking one of the new phones, you still have a lightning adapter, so it covers all the bases, and it only costs 60 bucks, $59.90 on Amazon. When I tell you this is a steal, this is a steal. And it even has a USB-C port over here, so you can charge your phone while you're using it too.
You're lying.
Yeah, Oscar, it's that good. Also for creators, this one's gonna be quick, but this right here is the Lexar Professional Go. So this is an SSD. If you picked up one of the new iPhone 17 Pros, you can just slap this guy in, and now you just added 2 terabytes over here. You can have 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, you can pick the size you want, but this makes it so that you can record some of the new ProRes options that are available, like ProRes RAW or ProRes RAW HQ. You get access to all of those when you add this guy, and if you go for 2 terabytes, you can shoot for quite some time. What's also nice is that you get this whole hub, so if you want to make like a whole rig out of it, you absolutely can. And if you don't like this being in the way, you can throw on this little adapter, slap it onto the back, adds no extra bulk, but it adds a ton more storage. My absolute favorite storage option for smartphones. And this one might be a bit of a no-brainer, but the new AirPods Pro 3, easy recommendation, especially for me. What's really different here, I think, in my opinion, is the fact that these sit so much better in the ear than the previous ones. So if you struggled at all with the AirPods, these are the ones to get. The AirPods Pro and the AirPods Pro 2, they work decently for me, but the AirPods Pro 3 on a completely different level in terms of comfort. That's what Apple really focused on with their redesign of the body. This feels absolutely amazing in the ear for me. I think most people are gonna find this to be quite a bit more comfortable. And they've also added some cool features like the heart rate sensor, so you can work out with these and it'll tell you your calories burned, all that kind of stuff. So these for me are amazing. I absolutely love these. Now, if you're coming from AirPods Pro 2, do you need to get these? Maybe not. Unless you struggle with the fit of them, by all means, go for these. It'll completely change everything. As long as you don't try to go into a salon and try to translate what's being said around you, because we tried that. You can check that video out right down below. Some interesting findings. And if you're not looking for personal audio, this right here is my favorite speaker to bring around. This is the newest Beats Pill. And you guys, the sound quality here is so nice. where'd the bass come from? This is such a solid Bluetooth speaker because it sounds fantastic. The overall size, it's not a giant speaker. So Ira and I take this around whenever we're on vacation, or if we go somewhere where we just want to jam out to some music, like a beach, whatever it may be. This is the option that I always go for because it's compact and the music sounds really good on it. Not to mention it's Beats, so it works really well with the iPhone. The software works really well together. The Beats Pill is one of my favorites. There's built-in integration with the iPhone. So if you're looking for a Bluetooth speaker that sounds great, has long battery, is really compact, this is the way to go. Love this thing. And last but not least, we gotta talk about Gene's favorite. Gene hates how much I talk about this thing, but this is literally the best portable charger on the market. Anker just went nuts with this one. It doesn't make any sense. 25,000 milliamp hours, which means you're gonna be able to charge your phone many times over. It's not a huge portable charger, and it has a built-in screen, so you can see how much battery you've got left on it. But here's the best part. You get the retractable USB-C cable, but not just one. This handle, it's a second cable. So you get two USB-C cables. I love this. Whenever Ari and I have our phones running low on battery and we're like in an Uber, I pull this thing out and we are solid before we get to our destination because it is a really fast charger, and it even has extra USB ports, so if more folks want to go ahead and juice up, we can. But this thing is absolutely awesome. I even use it to charge my MacBook. The MacBook will drain the battery on this pretty quick, but it can definitely help extend the life. If you want the hands down best portable charger option out right now, this is it. Look no more. Any tech event that I go to, you know how many of these I see everywhere? I put everybody on. They didn't do their own research. They learned that from me. Take my credit and go. But some more solid options actually. We've got this Taurus Mini Mag. This is a nice portable charger because you can just slap that onto your iPhone and it'll charge it through MagSafe. And what's nice about this is, doesn't this look like the iPhone Air MagSafe battery? It's very similar, but this works for all of the other iPhones because, as you may know, the iPhone Air MagSafe battery does not work on any of the other models. It doesn't sit well. This is an option that does. It actually has a bigger battery capacity than the Air's MagSafe battery, so I like that. And these little Taurus Mini Mag chargers come in two color options, so if you want the darker or the lighter, you can pick whichever looks best. But this one has even more. It has twice the capacity as the Taurus one, but obviously you're giving up some thinness. But this one's pretty cool because it has a built-in kickstand as well as built-in charging cables. So it has a USB-C and a Lightning, so you can charge any of those devices if you want to charge a little bit faster. But what's also really cool is that in the center here, you can also charge an Apple Watch. So lots of different ways to charge with this guy, and it also has a built-in screen. So this is just like a high utility charger. I love this thing, and when you hear that little click, you just know you're good to go. But I think that about wraps it up, you guys. These are some of the best accessories you can get your hands on for the new iPhone, or like I said, the older ones. And we actually have other really good suggestions in some of the previous must-have accessory videos that we've done in the previous years. I'll have those linked down below as well if you want even more options to look at. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. We're actually gonna do another one of these, but for the pros. Till then, peace.